Fired up because something happened to me today, but thank you very much, Waverly, and thank you, local Tea Party. I really appreciate having the microphone today. So thank you. I'm Burke Stringfellow, Lieutenant Commander, United States Naval Reserves, and I'm running for Congress in 2nd District to play my small part in combating greed. As I stand before you today, August 14th, this morning I was informed that I will not be receiving my unemployment benefits that I applied for in early June. You see, I'm a teacher, a 5th grade teacher. I work for a private company that outsources teachers to public schools on a full-time basis where there's a need. And let me tell you, nowadays, there's a need. There's a big need. And every year I go through the same rigmarole where they try to deny me benefits. I'm entitled to them, okay, because I'm not paid in the summertime like the ones that were, and every year they nickel and dime me, $300 there, $600 there. I only get $3,200 for 3 months, okay? And this, I use this to keep my lights on. And it just got me so fed up. When you look at how much money, there's enough money, guys, okay, tax enough already. If we would understand that the top 0.1% of America owns as much wealth as the bottom 90%, that 3 individuals own as much wealth as the bottom 45% of America, it's insane. I look that up every time before I quote it because I can't believe it. And I wait for people to challenge me on it, and they never do. There's enough money to go around that you don't have to be screwing with my $600 here and there, okay? And then with Medicaid, you guys are going to know somebody that's going to get kicked off Medicaid, okay? And even if you don't, they're going to close down clinics because the clinics depend on Medicaid customers, okay? And I heard from somebody the other day that had a heart transplant that they're on immunosuppressant therapies twice a day that's provided by Medicaid, that if they don't get those, as they quote verbatim, it's a death sentence for me. Okay, people need to realize what they're doing, and what for private jets. If you look at the new bill, the BBB, if you look at it, it's so you can get 100% tax write-off on your private jets. We need to wake up, guys. Okay, they're never going to have enough money. They're never going to have enough money. Okay, and the Tea Party was created in 2008 to fight against that. When the housing crisis, okay. It's a great thing that it was created in 2008. And BlackRock right now, they're buying up all our houses. They don't want you to have a single family house. They say that you're gonna be happier when you're gonna have more freedom when you don't have any possessions. Yeah, except for them, okay? We need to understand that the rich suffer from 4 psychological things that we would all suffer from if we were rich as well. And what it is it's adaptation, anxiety, entitlement, and empathy. Adaptation, you start to get more boats, you start to get these big houses, you got to keep getting more, you adapt to it. And then anxiety, you start to get anxiety that if you might lose your big house, you might lose your boat, okay? And then entitlement, when you start getting a lot of money, you feel like you're entitled to this. You start to develop a God complex. There's only one God, right, Waverly?
Amen.
Okay, but they developed, Elon Musk and all of them, they started to develop this God complex. Well, I have all this money, so obviously there's something special about me. And then they lose empathy, okay? They lose empathy for their fellow man. And it reminds me of Ephesians 6:12. I know you like that one. It's quite possibly my favorite. We wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. And I'm here to tell you there's a lot of spiritual wickedness in high places. If you look at what's going on, and Jen Kiggins is just one example. She's not just a bad politician, she's the epitome of all that is bad with politicians. She says, look over here, I was in the Navy, I was a nurse. All over here, she votes against the interests of sailors and the elderly, in favor against sailors and the elderly, in favor of big corporations and special interest groups. She took $150K from Big Pharma, who made billions of dollars off the deaths of 800,000 young souls. And I say this to you guys because a lot of us are Christian, okay? And we need to take notice of that. 800,000 young souls during the opioid crisis. We as a society need to draw a line in the sand, morally and ethically, that if you as a politician cross it, you're done, okay? And we need to start figuring out this stuff. And, our founding fathers are probably rolling in their graves, and we owe this to our future generations, that we got to wake up to the rich are never going to have enough. There's enough money to go around to fix things. Thank you.
Amen. Good job. That's what we need. I love that fire, man. I love that passion. great job. Thank you.
Fired up because I'm having